Today we have a Warlock build. Okay, and it's Stasis. Let's be honest. Stasis is probably the most broken subclass out of all of them right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, for Titans and Warlocks. Hunters, that could be argued. I think Solar and Void is the best for Hunter, but you know, Stasis is in a really good state for in-game content with the artifacts and all. But today I'm bringing back an old build. Oh, I did not use my riff. Okay, there you go. Today we are using an old build that I made when Edge of Fate first came out, where we basically make infinite stasis turrets. And when I mean infinite, and just take advantage of content. I beat this whole GM with just strictly this build. Literally, just this build. The -50 soloed it. So, oh damn, we dealing with freaking explosive screeps today, bro. If that's what's going on here, mini screeps. That's probably the bane of my existence. And that was not a joke. That wasn't a pun or anything. Like, oh Lord. Oh the Lord. But yeah, I did this whole GM by myself with this this build the other day, and it cooked. It cooked. The only issue that was with my infinite stasis turret back then build, and when I mean infinite, I ain't clickbaiting. Like literally, you will get it like every 2 to 3 seconds. The only issue with that build back then was it didn't have no lethality to it. It was just, okay, you're stopping every enemy in the room, and so what? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no moment. So what? Okay, you're blocking everything in the room. You can't die. I get it. But like, you're taking forever to actually beat content. And I get that. I get that. I get that. So today, we will be trying to, not trying, we made a build that allows us to, oh, now you want to run. You're doing all that hooping and hollering, but then when I start shooting back with my own snipe, then you want to hide. Okay, I understand. Today, I wanted to make a build in the final update where I can do the same infinite going on, right? I can do the same infinite, but I still have some lethality going on that allows me to do in-game content very fast and efficiently without it feeling like it's a drag fest. So that's what we got going on today. As y'all can see, we're going through this pretty easily, you know. I had to put a crossbow on for them snipers. Nobody got time for them snipers, you feel me? Come up here. Oh, this right here. I'm gonna take you out. It's supposed to be more snipers, I know it is. Yeah, there you go. And throw another one out right here. Get you up out of here, man. You see how quick it stuns too? Barrier champions are usually so annoying in the game content. Like they probably the worst champions to fight against now because of Bungie making that Radiant don't deal with barrier champions anymore. Like they are so annoying. But now with this build, we can handle them. Okay. I'm gonna get over here. Drop this. Drop another one. Then we're gonna pop our super. Cause we can. You know what I'm saying? Cause we can. Get these people up out of here. Herb, come out. There we go. And now we just sit here and shoot. We just sit here and shoot because we know this thing can't do anything to us. That's just the reality of things. He's in my domain expansion. He's in my domain expansion. He can't do anything. Go ahead and die, buddy. And the crazy part is, like, the more damage they do to us, just the more freaking stasis turrets we can spam. Before Edge of Fate, well, during Edge of Fate, We didn't have anything. Frost armor wasn't as tanky as it is now. It's even tankier in this sandbox, right? And they made it that Warlocks get even more grenade energy from picking up stasis shards. So now it's just even more busted with this stasis turret build. Now you see I'm doing this very easily. So this right here. And yeah, we're going to get up out of here. Ain't no way. I just let a trip. Yeah, let's get up out of here. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. I tripped by, bro. What up, guys? Alchemist. I got something nice for you. So today's build, we are utilizing Raincoat Raiment. If you don't know what Raincoat Raiment do, it basically make Bleak Watcher, the stasis turret, get juiced up. It adds like an ice storm around it and make crystals around it. And while I'm standing inside that domain expansion, I'm able to shoot shots at enemies that slows them, okay, which is very important in this build. Now, the armor set bonus that I end up going with is the Rasputin one that does the War Mine explosions with solar damage to go in tandem with the artifact we're using. But by all means, you don't need this. You can go Exodus down for the extra damage reduction, and I may actually recommend that a little bit more simply because stasis turrets it's not like frozen enemies will trigger the Rasputin explosion. You got to shoot crystals, and unless you're throwing the stasis turret on the enemies for them to be surrounded by the stasis crystals, you won't be really utilizing the 7 Sorrel set that often unless the enemies are rushing you. Okay, if the enemies are rushing you in your domain expansion, then yeah, this works well. But if they're not, Exodus down is the better option. So I'll leave it to dealer's choice on which one you prefer. Okay, but the armor stats you want to go for is 200 super, 100 grenade, and then pour the rest into your weapon stat and add some of your class stat as well. Now, you may be asking, Alchemist, why 200 grenade stat? So what people found out is, for some reason, the stasis turret, the crystals that the stasis turret make with Raincoat Raiment, it does bonus shatter damage based off your super stat. So if I throw this over here on this robot and I destroy this crystal, we did like 507, right? Now watch me get armor charges, and then we're gonna wait for the crystals to spawn again. But when the crystals spawn again and then I blow it up on the robot, you're gonna see it's higher damage than 507. Okay, so I blow this up, 579. Why is that happening? No idea. Why is Raiment seen as a super? No idea. But we're going to take it. We're going to take that extra damage. Okay? So that, I have super fonts on if you want to have the damage go up even higher. So that's why you want to do 200 super, 100 grenade, so you get your turret back quick as possible, and then pour the rest to weapon stack, because we will be shooting our weapon a lot in this build. And what's the weapon we're using? Vex Mytho class. Okay? Why Vex Mytho class? One, is one of the, if not the strongest primary in the game right now. And it's a strong primary solo weapon, which is very important in this build as we keep going and explaining it. But if you have the catalyst for Vex Mytho class, it gets juiced up even more. And Vex Mytho class can literally shoot forever without you having to reload the weapon until like 5 clips go through. So very great weapon, and it handles negative 50 barrier champions very well with breaking their shields without you having to have a special weapon on you or a heavy to break their shields. Okay, and it has temporal unlimiter, which is very important because the linear form on here do dumb damage, and I'm gonna show y'all the damage amount as we keep further in this build. Your heavy and your primary / special slot, whatever crap, you can use whatever you want. Okay, go mint retrograde, go crossbow, whatever you want. Okay, now artifact. As I said in my video, we already made this build before, but this time we're finna juice up the lethality on the build instead of survivability. Okay, so first mob, we're using Shield Crush because we will be getting Radiant in this build to buff up Vex Mytho class by 20% damage. And so that means we're gonna get faster grenade recharge rate, and yeah, that's it, just faster grenade recharge rate. Okay, about 25%. We got Radiant Shrapnel on simply because we will have Radiant in this build, and it will benefit from the main perk we care about in this build, Cauterized Darkness. I gas this perk up a lot because people sleep on it too much. It is too good. Okay, Cauterized Darkness. As long as an enemy is affected, besides the boss, as long as an enemy is affected by a darkness debuff, they take 75% more damage from any solar damage. Any. So that includes radiant shrapnel. That includes the solar explosion we make with Rasputin's reprisal. Every solar damage. Vex middle class, everything. Ignitions, all that. Okay? And we're slowing people non-stop. As we just said with Ryan Coat Raymond. As long as we inside our domain expansion, whenever we shoot somebody, a little pet on the right side of us will shoot the enemy as well. So if I throw out this stasis turret, right, and I stand inside the domain expansion, I get a thing called Bleak Domain. My little pet in the top right there, right? Whenever I shoot an enemy now, it will slow them. Now that enemy back there is slowed. Now you see yellow numbers. This enemy taking bonus damage from solar simply because of me having the pet on me. Okay? So perfect combo. Just a perfect combo. We got elemental days on. So whenever we stun a champion for weapon, it does an elemental explosion based off whatever the elemental weapon is. We're using advanced middle class, so that means we're going to be causing ignitions. Ignitions is solar damage, meaning it's getting 75% buffed out damage from cauterized darkness. So ignition is going to be doing dumb damage to all of the enemies that are slow from the stasis turret, slowing people on its own, and me shooting them with Bleak Domain. We have elemental coalescence on, so whenever we kill people with advanced middle class, they will still make stasis shards for us. For consistency for our grenade uptime and frost armor uptime. We have on Fever and Chill. This is how we get radiant in our build. As long as we get precision hits or we kill 3 enemies within 3 seconds with Vex Missile class, we will get radiant, which is very easy with what I just showed you guys with Colorado Darkness, increasing the damage of Vex Missile class by 75%. We have refresh threads. This is the most important thing in this build. This allows us to spam the turrets. As long as we getting a stasis shard pickup, we are getting ability energy for our least charged ability. So you want to refrain from using your melee or your rift in this build if possible. You should never use your melee in this build. I'm letting you know that right now. You can use your rift if you're in harder end content, so you can have the 50% damage reduction while you're healing the rift. You become unkillable. So you can use your rift in harder end content. But you want to be able to just use your grenade. And then, as you see, my grenade's empty. But when I destroy these, get stasis shards. Watch my grenade energy go up from picking up these stasis shards. And now I'm already almost full. Boom. Another freaking stasis turret is back. And then when you combo that and you get multiple of them out there, and you start making even more stasis shards, boom, our stasis turret is back again. And then we just throw another one, and you can keep doing this, and they're going to all keep making stasis crystals for you to keep shooting, for you to have infinite uptime on your stasis turret. And then another one. Okay? So you don't want to use your grenade. I mean, you don't want to use your melee or your rift at all in this build. Okay? You don't want to do that. Now, that we're done with the artifact. Subclass. Okay? You already know one super. Rift, healing rift. Like I said, you got this out while you have 50% damage reduction from the times 7 frost armor. You're not dying. Okay? You're not going to be using your melee. Grenade, shadow grenade, because it does the most damage, even though you're not going to be using it mostly. You're just going to be using it to make stasis turrets. Don't worry about the cooldowns. I'm pretty sure the cooldown stasis turret turn to glacial grenade whenever you throw it out. But as y'all see how fast we're getting our freaking turret back, we don't care about cooldown at all here, okay? Bleak Watcher on. This is how you make the grenade stasis turret. Okay, you just hold the grenade button and you can throw it out there. And then we got Glacial Harvest on. Just like they buffed up Frost Armor to give us 50% damage reduction. They buffed up our Glacial Harvest aspect as well. Each subclass now, when they take damage while they got Frost Armor on them, they get energy based off their respective class. Hunters get class ability, Titans get melee, and Warlocks get grenade energy. So y'all just seen me, I was already spamming stasis turrets out there fast. When there's enemies shooting at you, you throw it out there even faster than what I just showed you guys. Okay? Because we be taking damage from enemies while we have Frost Armor on, giving us grenade energy. But also too, this aspect make it that we get Frost Armor from picking up stasis shards. So you will always have max Frost Armor with this build 24/7, like y'all just seen me demonstrate. Fragments we're running is Whisper of Shards. This allows us to get uptime on our grenade even faster, as y'all seen from destroying our crystals. Whisper of Rhyme, this is the only way we get 50% damage reduction. You gotta have times 7 Frost Armor, and this fragment allows you to do that. Whisper Conduction, so we don't have to pick up the shard by running over them. There's just a track to us. And then Whisper of Rending. This is very important. Primary MO weapons do increased damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets. We will be freezing people non-stop, okay? Best Mythic class is a primary weapon, okay? Stack that with Colorado Darkness, 75% solar. And then stack that with the linear form. I wonder how much damage that is. Well, let me show you guys. So, if I go in a linear form and shoot this robot that's clearly frozen, 3,059. 3,059 damage. Oh, 3,600. Oh my god, it's like the damage is ridiculous. 3,671 damage is what we're doing to people that are frozen with Vance Middle Class linear form. You literally can one-shot champions with this. Okay? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I highly recommend Whisper or Rending and using a primary solar weapon. Highly recommend. If you got Vance Middle Class, that's what I recommend. You can use any solar weapon. You can even use Teraba. Okay? If you don't have a solar primary and you want to go a special solar weapon, you can definitely go and replace this fragment with this fragment here, right here, I believe. Yeah, Whisper or Torment. You gain grenade energy each time you take damage from targets. That does stack with the aspect, so you can be getting your Stasis turret back even quicker. So if you don't opt in on a primary solar weapon to use that's strong, that would be the fragment I'll stay replace it with and go with a solar special weapon. Okay. Armor mods, we're rocking 2 super fonts. We will have armor charges non-stop in this build because of elemental charge, picking up stasis shards, or elemental pickups give you armor charges. So you will always have max armor charge in this build. So this gives plus 40 super stat. That's why we have 160. There's nothing else you really need in your helmet if you're rocking exactly what I'm rocking. If you're not rocking special weapons, anything like that, you don't really need special finder because you're rocking Vance Middle Class. So this gives you the 200 super stat to make it that the Shatter do as most damage possible with the stasis turrets. Solar Siphon, so we can make ores with Vance Middle Class. I just threw that there because, no, don't be honest. You can put special finder here if you want to. Because, again, you're going to be getting armor charges from your stasis shards. We got 3 grenade fonts on. This gives us plus 50 grenade stat. I have 51 grenade stat, so this put me at 100. I have resist mods and chest piece. Change them around based on what activity you in. Elemental charge, like I said. 2 solar weapon surges to make it that Vance Middle Class do 17% more damage. And by the way, the damage y'all seen I did wasn't even the max damage because once I get Radiant on, it goes up. That's probably why the damage went up 3651. I probably activated Radiant from getting the headshots. But yeah, dumb damage, okay? Radiant, solar weapon surges, Rending, Colorado Darkness. We just juiced up Vance Middle Class to be a beast. And then we have on 2 class fonts, just get that plus 40 class stat because my class stat is literally abysmal. And then I got special finisher on in case I do need to shoot some more mint retrograde, something like that, right? But this is a flex slot as well. You can change this to anything else that you want it to be. Okay. Now, if you're curious about how much do Vex do without the linear form, if I slow this robot down, just keep shooting, it's literally doing like 200, 142. They're doing 142 per shot. And then sometimes it go 200 and stuff. Oh, we're going to 300. We at the 300s now. Okay, you see the damage rack up because of the perk of Vance Middle Class. Okay, calculated balance. So literally, I was getting to a point where per shot is doing 300 something damage with Vance Middle Class, which is ridiculous. Okay, that's insane. Now, if you're someone that say, Alchemist, I don't care about the damage. I am dying. I need to survive. If that's you, man, then you can definitely go to the Stasis Artifact Slayer Baron, and you won't be getting them dumb damage with Vance Middle Class, but you can go with the usual third code, get your rift quick, so you can throw your rift out while you inside your domain expansion, and you will never die with Frost Armor on. Brain Freeze, Curative Orbs can keep you alive forever, because literally you get 40 HP every time you pick up a Stasis Shard, and all the Stasis Shards you're making, you're just going to keep getting HP back. Hailstorm, Frost Renewal, Converter, Wind Chill, okay? And just to show you guys how tanky this artifact makes you, if I throw some Minotaurs in here, right? If I throw some Minotaurs in here, throw some Minotaurs in here. Oh, forgot to turn them on. Throw some Minotaurs in here. Throw my Rift out right here in the middle. You're literally unkillable. In this build, you can use your, melee. You're just unkillable. Enemies rushing you, you won't die. Okay. So if you're someone that just don't care about the extra damage and you just want to survive 24/7, then you can definitely put on the stasis artifact, and it won't do you wrong. It won't do you wrong. You'll still get through the content just at a slower pace, but at least you know, hey, it may be slow and steady, but I'm living forever. And that's enough. That's enough if that's what you prefer. Okay. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. And until next time, stay up.